I, I hope all are now sitting back and in a comfortable sitting posture. Permission with my dear friend, my long-term dear friend Paul. My dear friends, we all are joining and participating to this retreat organized by Ehipassiko. First, I'd like to pay my grateful thanks to dear Paul to invite me once again to conduct this retreat together with you. It's my honor and my pleasure. Also, I hope a lot of our old friends are here. Happy to see you again and again, either in Nilambe or in Belgium or in the Netherlands. Now you are there, I am here. But still we are connecting to each other and we are meditating together. So what a fortunate life we are having. Meditation is something what we are doing mostly with our minds. Of course, we do sitting posture, we do walking meditation. They are physical. Sitting is a physical posture. Also, walking, it's a physical movement. But we always walk in our life. How many times we sit in a single day? And how long we are sitting in one single day? But we don't say we are meditating. We walk from here to there, inside our homes, inside our working places, from home to the bus stand, to the train station, from train station or bus stand to the working place, and backwards. But we just say walk, not walk in meditation. And we sit. And we don't say we are going to do sitting meditation. We just think we are sitting. We want to sit. So they are physical activities, sitting and walking and other activities. They are physical. But meditation is something we do with our mind. So that is one of the main differences between our normal activities or daily activities and meditation and the meditation. There are some other differences, other different aspects, but one of the main and major aspects is we do whatever we are doing with our mind, not only with the body. So this is one of the very simple interpretations for meditation. What is meditation? And whatever we do, we can do with the mind. If we can say like this, then yeah, we are speaking about meditation. Whatever we do it with the mind. That's why meditation is not easy. To say this, it is easy. Do things with the mind. Very easy. To say this, whatever we do with the mind. Easier to say, but this is one of the very difficult tasks for humans, for you and me. Do things with our own mind. With our own mind, not with others' mind. We are very concerned and very curious about this, about others' mind. But actually, we had to be aware and curious about our own mind. Doing things is easier. There are hard jobs in our life, of course, difficult activities. No one can say life is so simple, so easier to live. No, there are a lot of difficult activities in our life. Even doing nothing is not easy. Doing things are also not easy, but doing nothing is maybe more difficult than doing things. So both are relatively difficult, doing and undoing. This is something interesting, really something interesting. Sometimes we think, oh, so many things to do, very hard life, difficult to do these things. Where is the end? How to overcome this difficult way of living? And one can be easily depressed. Easily one can be depressed by thinking about all the working load. Working load. If we make a list, what we have to do first, soon after we get up, and what is the next? What is the third? What is the fourth? What is the fifth activity? The sixth duty? The seventh responsibility? So and so. If we make a list, definitely we will be depressed. And I know some people, they are being depressed just by thinking about the activities, what they have to do in their life. The list of things to be done. That can make you depressed. And my dear friends, I also met some other people who are being depressed because of doing nothing. Doing nothing. Nothing to do. So what a contradiction. What a mysterious beings humans are. On one hand, we are suffering because of what we have to do, jobs to be done. And on the other hand, and sometimes we are suffering because nothing to do, because of doing nothing. Interesting area to be reflected. Why? Because of the mind, not because of the jobs or not because of no jobs, not because of both, because of the mind, the way we think. The mind can make us crazy. Our mind can become crazy because of whatsoever, because of whatever, because of no money, or because of enough money, or because of too much money, because of loneliness. One can be depressed or sad because of the loneliness. And the same person or another person can be depressed because of relationships. And one can be depressed because of living in one place for longer period of time, and another person can be stressed because of traveling every day, traveling from one place to the other. So what I want to clarify with you is all these feelings are not depending on what we are doing, depending on the way how we think, depending on our own mind. So what a mind we are having, what kind of mind that we are having, how to make it happy, how to make our mind happy, how to make our mind satisfied, how to make our mind peaceful, and how to make our mind quiet without complaining this and that and without demanding more and more. They are challenges. They are really challenges. These are the real challenges. But usually we say there are a lot of challenges, social challenges, family challenges, political challenges, financial challenges, environmental challenges. Of course, there are a lot of challenges. But all those challenges are arising from this main and fundamental challenge called the mind. All the other problems are secondary. My dear friends, the main problem is our mind, the main problem. We don't like to look at it. We don't like to see the fountain of our issues. Therefore, we do everything to escape the mind, not to look at the mind. Hide ourselves or hide the mind. It is possible only for short period of time. We cannot hide our mind in a safe and lock it. For more than a couple of seconds, the mind knows how to open the safe. Therefore, my dear friends, we are fortunate to have this opportunity to learn to know how to work with our mind. This is something to be learned, how to work with our own mind. And this is a very interesting subject as well. Very interesting subject as well. How to work with our own mind. To learn how to work with our own mind, first we have to know about the mind. If we have to work together with someone for a longer period of time, then we have to learn about the other person. We should know about the other one. We should know about our partner. If we are making a plan to live together forever, so we don't make a decision, a conclusion. We don't come to any conclusion within 1 second or 1 minute. He's or she's a good partner. I am going to live with her or with him forever. No, we need more time. We are studying. We are looking. We are trying to understand. I don't know how long it takes. 1 day, not enough. 1 week is not enough. Maybe a couple of years are not enough. Without knowing about each other, we cannot go for a long journey together. Because interests are different, attitudes are different, expectations are different, reactions are different, and interests are different. Therefore, we need some time to study the other person. If we are having an idea to do something with that person for longer period of time, we have to live with our mind from birth to the death. At least we had to do everything together with our mind till the death, till the last moment of our life, since the first moment of our birth. No choice, no choice. And we have been living with our mind for maybe 50 years, 70 years, 30 years, 40 years. And how about this experience? How about this journey? If you had to do some kind of evaluation about our journey up to now, what can we say? What kind of conclusion that we can come? I have been living with my mind for this much time, for 40 years, 20 years, 50 years, 60 years, 70 years. I have been living with my mind, and it was so nice journey. What a pleasurable experience. Can we say like that? Oh, it's horrible, terrible. Enough, enough. Mind is something very difficult to understand because it is changing itself. It is moving from one position to another position within 1 second. Or I can put it in this way, the mind is using thousands of masks to cover the entire face, not like COVID mask, only to cover the nose and our mouth. No, to whole face. The mind has thousands of different masks. Each mask is unique. Each mask has its own color, its own shape, and its own expression, and its own feeling. More than 1,000. And are we aware about it? Do we know how many masks our mind has? And whenever the mind comes with a new mask, can we recognize it? This is our mind, but it is using a new mask now. But the face is same behind the mask. No, we don't understand in this way. Even we don't know it's a mask. The mind is wearing a mask. We don't know. We take it so seriously as real. Each feeling of our mind, each idea of our mind, each judgment of our mind, and each reaction of our mind, we take it so seriously. Because we think this is real. Whatever we experience, we think it's real. This is so real. And whatever we experience with others, also we think this is real. The other person's feelings are so eternal, permanent. But my dear friends, all are masked. What we are expressing and what the other people are expressing, all are just masks. Psychological and emotional masks. There are two questions arise. The first one is, do we know it's a mask? Whenever we see something, do we know it's a mask? The second question is, did we ever see our mind without the mask? Did we ever see our mind without the mask? Our naked mind, not the naked body. Our naked mind. Did we ever see it? My dear friends, meditation helps us to understand both, to answer to these both questions. The first answer is yes. With meditation, we can understand each phase of the mind. This is just a face, or this is just a mask. And what will be the next mask? What will be the next phase of the mind? This is something interesting. Nobody knows. Nobody can give a prediction for this. Now today world is more clever and more intelligent to give predictions. For weather forecast, for environmental disasters, and for financial crisis. Also, personal, physical health conditions. One can do a proper medical checkup and then get a report, full report about the body condition, how the body is, what kind of sicknesses are there, and what will happen if we don't treat them, what will happen in next month or next year or in 5 years. Very accurate, not 100%, but very accurate. Most of predictions given by the modern world today, more than the past. There are some errors, some mistakes, of course. Maybe sometimes purposely some people does those mistakes. They know it is not a mistake, but we had to understand it. Anyhow, but who can give a prediction about the mind? Not about what is happening in our mind in 5 years, not in 1 year, even after 1 year, or not in 1 hour, even what will be the next thought. Who can predict this? There are fortune tellers and scientists and skillful people. They are doing all kinds of predictions except our mind. We can ask this question, dear scientist, dear fortune teller, please, can you tell me about my mind? Not about the sun, not about the earth, not about the moon, not about the great ocean, not about the Everest, not about the Saturn or Venus. Just tell me about my mind. What will be my next thought after this second? Very simple question. Very, very simple. I think nobody can answer to this question. Nobody. Why? Why? Because the mind is not certain. This is our lifetime partner. The mind is our lifetime partner. Maybe longer than the lifetime. Anyhow, our lifetime partner is not certain. Compared to our mind, everything else is very certain. Compared to our human mind, my dear friends, everything is certain up to certain extent, but not the mind. Not the mind at all. The mind is very uncertain, very uncertain. But mind doesn't know that it is uncertain. The mind thinks, I am certain. Always mind thinks in this way. My dear friends, always our mind thinks in this way. I am very certain. I am certain about this. I am certain about this feeling. I am certain about my conclusion, my judgment, my expectation, what I want and what I don't want. The mind always thinks that it is very certain about itself. But the reality is opposite. The reality is completely opposite. Compared to the mind, everything else is certain. Compared to the mind, of course, things are uncertain, but relatively materialistic things, physical things are certain than the mind. The mind is very uncertain, but mind doesn't know that it is uncertain. Therefore, this uncertain mind is looking for certainty from everything. It thinks, I am certain, therefore the world should be certain. This is the way how our mind thinks. The mind thinks in this way, I am certain. I am very certain, but the world is impermanent. The world is changing. The world is moving and cycling. It is transforming. Things are shifting from one place to another. This is crazy. The world is crazy. Why the world cannot be certain as I am? This is the way how our mind thinks. Because of this thinking and because of this expectation, the mind creates conflicts. This is the way how conflicts arise. All kinds of conflicts arise from this source, only from this source. The world should be like this. The world should be like that. World should not be like this. Whenever mind thinks in this way, then there is a conflict. So mind thinks, I am certain, I am still, I am fixed. My ideas are fixed. My feelings are fixed. But the world is moving. World is changing. World is cycling. Is becoming upside down. So the world should be also fixed and permanent and certain. What a childish thinking, my dear friends. Actually, it has to be other way around. The world should be thinking this way. I am fixed. Compared to you, dear mind, I am stable. This is the reality. Each crystal of sand is still and calm and quiet than the mind, and stable than the mind. Therefore, if the materialistic and physical world, the outside world, the external world, if it thinks in this way, dear mind, you should be still. You should be certain. You should be quiet. I am quiet. Therefore, you have to be quiet. But somehow, the physical world cannot think. Therefore, no conflict in the physical world. No conflict in a crystal of sand. No conflict. All the conflicts are happening in the mind, created by the mind. Because of this childish thinking, I am certain. The mind thinks, I am certain. I am very sure about my feelings, my ideas, what I want, what I don't want. I am very sure about it. But you are changing. The world is impermanent. You should be permanent. You should be certain. And because of this mentality, what the mind is trying to do always is to fix the world. The mind tries to fix the world. The mind thinks world is not fixed. It is upset. The world is upset. The world is problematic. The world is sick. I have to treat to the world. The mind thinks in this way, I have to help to the world. I am the person who can help to the world. The world is weak. I am powerful. I am stable. I am the God. Yeah, this is the way. Even though we don't use this word, but when we analyze how the mind thinks, then this is the philosophy behind this. I am the God. Each mind thinks in this way. I am the God. Because of this self-overestimate, the mind is always trying to fix everything else except its own self, except itself. Since beginning up to now, the mind is trying to fix and change everything else. Therefore, my dear friends, the mind is not living. There is no time to live for the mind because it is fighting. The mind is fighting. Fighting and fighting and fighting with everything else and everybody else. To change things, mind has to fight. So no more living. Living is over. Fighting, struggling. So life becomes a war. Actually, life is not a war at all. This is a misunderstanding and misinterpretation. The living is not a fight. No need to struggle for living. No need. But somehow we miss this peaceful way of living, because always the mind is fighting. The mind is fighting with the past. The mind wants to change the past, even though it is impossible, but always mind is fighting with memories. The mind wants to change the present, and the mind wants to change the future. So mind is fighting, 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 fighting. And therefore mind says, life is a fight. Life is a war. Life is a struggle. Endless fight, endless war, and endless struggle. So this is the interpretation for the life given by the mind. Given by the mind, this childish mind. So don't believe it. My dear friends, don't believe this interpretation given by the childish mind. Life is a fight. Life is a struggle. Life is a war. No choice. We have to struggle until we are dying, until the death. Somehow we challenge to this mentality. You and me, we challenge to this conclusion. We are questioning about this idea. That's why we are here today. That's why you are in this peaceful church today. That's why we are meditating together. If we believe that idea, then what is the purpose of meditation? Life is a struggle. Life is a fight. Life is a war. And the world is sick. We had to cure the world. We had to repair the world. If we believe those things, and if we give priority for them, then my dear friends, what is the point to meditate? No point. But we challenge to this idea. Maybe first time in our life, we challenge to the mind. This can't be true. I don't believe you. I do not believe you. I'm not against you either. I'm not against you, my dear mind. Please understand. I'm not against you, but I challenge to you. I challenge you. I don't believe you. Therefore, I want to do my own investigation. I want to do my own examination. That is called meditation. Meditation means not living in a cave, in a lotus posture, with closed eyes, and not to think anything, not thinking anything. That is not the way to meditate. Maybe it is one small step of meditation, but the meditation is more wider and more deeper than this living in a peaceful environment, in a lotus posture, with closed eyes and doing nothing. Maybe it is a good training. But my dear friends, today we need a deeper and wider meditation practice than that. To challenge the mind. Sometimes we are afraid of challenging to our parents, to our children, to our partners, to our teachers, to our colleagues, to our boss. We are sometimes afraid of challenging. But after a while, we do it. We do. But we are so afraid of challenging the mind, challenge to the mind. We are so afraid. Usually we don't do it. Challenge means not saying that I am not doing whatever you say. No, challenge means I don't believe you. I need some proof. I need some evidence. I want to see it through my naked eyes. I don't want to be blind anymore. Who wants to be blind? My dear friends, who wants to be blind? But unfortunately, we are so blind to our own mind. Even though we do not believe any of ideas what given by others, we believe 200% our own ideas, our own thoughts. Very blind faith. This is the place where we are. That is the place where our mind is. The mind is the God. The mind is the God. We don't know. We believe what the mind says. Yes, 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 sir, and yes, madam. No, as when we start to practice meditation, we stop to say yes, sir, and yes, madam. Also, we don't say no. We don't know to say no. Therefore, we don't say no, but we challenge. Challenge means we say, we want to do our own inspection. We want to do our own inquiry, own investigation, own examination. First-hand experience, we want to experience it by ourselves. You say, dear mind, you say, you are certain. The world is uncertain. Therefore, you said, that is the cause for all the problems. You are certain, the world is uncertain. That's why I am suffering. This is your interpretation. This is your diagnosis. So we want to do our own experiment. Are you certain? So we want to look at you now. Are you certain? Are you sure about your certainty? It's a friendly challenge. A friendly challenge. We had to Be careful on this when we start to practice meditation. We have to be very careful on this. What we are fighting with everything else and everybody else because of the mind, not because of anything. Because of the mind, we are fighting with everything and with everybody. This is called ordinary life, worldly life, mundane life. And once we come to meditation, then we think, now we have to fight with the mind. So most of meditators, unfortunately, they start to fight with the mind. They stop to fight with the world. And now they are fighting with the mind. And they think, this is the way to meditate. This is the way to meditate. Fighting is one thing. Challenging is another thing. Challenging, it's a beautiful thing. It's a gentle thing either. And it's an adventure. So meditation is an adventure. This is the real adventure. Because mind is so uncertain, so unstable. If the mind is a mountain, and with meditation now we are climbing the mountain, like climbing the Everest. So everybody says it's an uncertain adventure, climbing the Everest. But compared to this, climbing the mountain of mind, that's nothing. Climbing the Everest is nothing. You know, Nilambe is a mountain. The Nilambe Meditation Center is residing or locating in a mountain. If you come by bus from Kandy, then you have to get down at the main road and then climb that 3.5 kilometers uphill. And of course, you can come by a car, but the road condition is not good. Anyhow, it's a beautiful hike. But you know, most of Sri Lankans, they don't come to Nilambe Meditation Center because they have to climb this 3.5 kilometers from the main road to the center, just 3.5 kilometers uphill. They have to climb. They know meditation is important. They know how beneficial meditation is. Also, they know if they do not meditate, then they have to face too many difficulties in their life. Theoretically, they know everything. But so whenever I invite them to come to Nilambe, they say, but we have to walk 3.5 kilometers. Because of this fear, it's a fear or laziness, whatever. Because of that, every day they are falling down from the mind to the hell. Every day. Whenever I meet them, they complain about this problem and that problem, family problem, working problem, relationship problems, every day. But when I invite them to come to Nilambe, they say, oh, we had to climb 3.5 kilometers. This is the real challenge, real adventure, to climb this mountain of the mind. Because it is uncertain. This is unstable mind, unstable mountain, unstable hill, not stable. So with meditation, we can do it safely. So we are learning in this retreat how to climb this uncertain mountain of mind. How to climb this uncertain mountain of the mind safely. Let us walk together, climb together, and learn together how to complete this beautiful and adventure journey. Thank you very much, my dear friend, for your kind attention on this couple of ideas. And I think now Paul, my dear friend Paul, is going to translate these ideas into your language. Thank you very much.